Just like a car needs an oil change, it's important to stay on top of septic pumping to avoid lateral damage in the future. From new installation to repair to routine pumping, Southwick Liquid Waste is your complete septic provider. Get pumped. Call today.
At Access Garage Doors, we know the garage is usually the busiest door in the house.
Cars, bikes, errands, everything comes through here.
So if your door is showing signs of age, it might be time for an upgrade.
Right now, get 10% off new doors and openers.
Don't stress, call Access.
Your morning forecast with Houston Hall at 5, 6, and 11 a.m. Every story starts somewhere, and in our community, many begin at the library, where curiosity is sparked, futures are shaped, and people of all ages have access to knowledge, technology, and opportunity. Through the power of literacy, we open doors, investing in learning, imagination, and opportunity for our community. This Give to Lincoln Day, May 28th, or anytime, support the Foundation for Lincoln City Libraries and help write the next chapter for our community, because great libraries don't just hold stories, they help write them.
Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 10.
Severe weather threatening Nebraska tonight. Take a look here. They're already leaving behind damage in some places. This is downed power lines around Kearney. The police department asking people to avoid the Buffalo County Fairgrounds while authorities are dealing with more than a dozen high voltage downed power lines. We're also learning just moments ago that about 2,000 people in that area are without power tonight. These storm systems bringing hail, strong winds, and tornado warnings. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Johnson. Take a look at this. Hail falling earlier this evening near Henderson. This one around 2 inches in diameter. And then citizen journalist Curtis sending these pictures to our Now Local News app of the hail in Crete tonight. He says there was golf ball sized hail at some moments. Now, let's see what things are looking like outside right now. Dark clouds moving into the capital city around 8 o'clock tonight. And they are sticking around for sure. I'm guessing they're going to be around for a while longer as well. Let's check in with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro. Dom, a very busy night in the weather department.
Hey, good evening, Mackenzie. I know long time no see here, but still keeping an eye on those severe storms here for south central and southeastern Nebraska. That's going to continue here for the next couple of hours. Let's take a look at how things are looking here at the moment. We've got two parts to this. And go ahead and turn around here so I can kind of highlight a couple things. We have these scattered storms here ahead of the front in southeastern and south central Nebraska. And then we have this line of storms that's starting to move its way here close to the Tri-Cities, and this will continue to move off to these. That's kind of the finishing touch to the storms here tonight. But if we go ahead and look at this almost like Boeing segment of this storm here, this is a severe thunderstorm warning for Franklin, Harlan, Smith, and Webster counties. This is in place then until 10:45 p.m. We could see 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts out of this line. So we just mentioned how there's the kind of potential then for seeing some damage out of these storms. That certainly could cause it, as that is expected to continue to move then east towards our area over the next couple of hours. Still looking at a few scattered severe thunderstorms around the capital city. Storm coverage has significantly increased over the last little bit here too, but a few reports then of some ping pong ball size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts close to us here going forward. Oh, looks like we had a blank slide there, but okay, here's a look then at the latest here. Looks like we did lose a little bit of this severe thunderstorm watch out in western Nebraska since the start of the show, so good news there. Still under a severe thunderstorm watch here for south central and southeastern Nebraska until 1 a.m. here, and that's early Sunday morning. That's just the start here. We have a couple more chances of severe weather over the next couple of days, and we'll continue to provide you updates and have some latest details on all of that coming up here in a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much for keeping us updated tonight, Dom. Now, lots of lightning in these storms. Let's take a look here at these bolts from citizen journalist Melanie and Tanya. Our Now Local News app full of videos just like this one showing the dark clouds moving in and bringing along a ton of lightning strikes. And when it's safe in your area tonight, please send in any of the videos of the storm that you capture as it sweeps through your area. Plus, if there's any damage left behind in the aftermath, we want to know. You can scan the QR code there on your screen and show us how the weather is impacting your area. And it's the best place to keep up with our storm alert team over the next couple of days as new threats come our way. Well, it's a Husker softball shutout this Saturday. The crowd going wild in Bolin Stadium this afternoon. Jordy Fromm ending the game on a strikeout. It went down to the wire in this one, but Nebraska staying strong, and they're now one step closer to the championship. I'm here now with Jay Coleman. You were at the game today, and a lot going on, but I think the most important piece, Jordy Fromm. A career day. She had a great day today.
Yeah, a career day, as you said, Mackenzie. But are we really that shocked? I think because this is just what superstars do, and Jordy Fromm is certainly one of them. When it's crunch time in the postseason, they take their game to the next level. And she actually said post-game about her performance that today was truly just emphasis on that extra focus. Let's head to Bowling, of course, see how this one fared. Huskers, Antelopes, Grand Canyon, a really good squad. 53 wins on the year, and through the first 4 innings, there was a combined 2 hits, in large part because of that girl with their number 98, Jordy Fromm. 16 strikeouts, a career day on 86 pitches. But hey, something had to give. That came in the 5th inning. Core got deja vu from yesterday because the first run of that one, the same as it was today. A triple to right would bring in 1, and 1 more followed by another. She was fired up as she should be, and that's all the Big Red would need. Nebraska hangs on for a tough 2-0 win over Grand Canyon.
We were coming out full barrel. It just took us a little while to score. But how about this one? She was coming out full barrel, too.
Not gonna lie, it's been a little hot the last couple days, but what that has done has forced me even more to just be more focused and more present, and that has helped a lot. And it's everything you can dream of and more. It's an amazing environment, and it doesn't feel real. So we just want to keep it going as long as we can.
And the way this team has looked these past 2 games, they're playing exactly like that. So let's see if they can keep that going for a long way. Now, here is an update, though, from the Lincoln Regional. Grand Canyon and South Dakota faced off earlier tonight. South Dakota, of course, took down Louisville in the first elimination game. Now, this technically isn't up to date, but the Antelopes are playing the Cornhuskers again tomorrow.
Okay.
They took down the Coyotes 5-4 in extras. That was a heck of a battle. So Nebraska versus Grand Canyon, round number 2. That will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Now for the Grand Canyon Antelopes, though, they have to beat Nebraska twice. So Huskers just got to win 1. Hopefully it's just that first one, right?
Oh, for sure. The stage is set. They're hopefully moving on once again, but we'll see. We'll find out tomorrow. That game is at 2 o'clock our time, correct?
Yeah,
all right, 2 o'clock. We'll be looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Jake. We'll check back in with you in the Sports Zone. Now, the best way to keep up with the Huskers hot streak is to download our Now Local News app. This here is a video that Jake took at today's game, showing the crowd's huge reaction to the first run scored by Nebraska. If you scan the QR code on your screen, you can watch exclusive videos like this one when the Huskers are playing throughout the tournament. Well, right now, the first live horse races of the season. It's opening day at Legacy Downs, and the Warhorse Casino is the place to be for all things horse racing. Let's take a look.
Between horses, pass line, Kaylee's brother, pass line, another bang finish here. Kaylee's brother on the outside wins it in time. A happy.
Just flying by there. This is the first Saturday of thoroughbred racing at the Warhorse Casino here in Lincoln. And take a look here. Citizen journalist Brian also sending in a video to our Now Local News app from his drone. He captured an overhead view of the horse barns. So let us know if you ever go to watch the races by scanning the QR code and sending in a video to our Now Local News app. Only on 8, one Lincoln family is turning heartbreak into a powerful mission. Where There's a Will is the name of the foundation hosting Will's Walk today at Holmes Lake Park, bringing some awareness to mental health. It comes 3 years after the Duvall family lost their son, William. Channel 8's Emma Norwood is here in the studio now with the story of how they're carrying on William's legacy. Emma?
Good evening, Mackenzie. It was a beautiful day today, no doubt, not only celebrating the life of Will Duvall, but also helping to shine a light on mental health. Almost 100 supporters gathering together at Holmes Lake today to make sure no one feels alone. Families, friends, and advocates lacing up their shoes to take Will's walk around Holmes Lake.
This was Will's favorite place to come. He came here all the time with his friends, and they would walk and walk and walk around the park. And so for us, it was just a perfect setting to be able to come here to Holmes Lake Park and have it here and bring people out and enjoy the weather and have a little piece of what he enjoyed about this place.
The Duvall family starting the Where There's a Will Foundation in honor of their son, William Duvall. William took his own life in 2023 after struggling with his mental health and PANS disorder. His father, Chad Duvall, tells me this walk is inspired by how big his heart was.
We want to carry on his values. He was very thoughtful and was really worried about other people and their mental health.
The Duvall family is hoping by bringing the community together, others will feel empowered to start the conversation about mental health and break the stigma that surrounds it.
This is just a gathering to make everybody more comfortable talking about it, and that it's okay, and that there are people in the same boat, and that we all know somebody or have some problems, and there's always help, and it doesn't have to end like it did for my son.
The foundation also helps to advocate for those struggling with PANS or PANDAS disorder. Both are medical conditions that can cause sudden behavioral and mental health changes in young children. For Zoe and Belle, who both live with PANS, taking the walk on Saturday is especially important for them.
Our PANS PANDAS community is coming together, and it's just nice to be with other people who have PANS and just be around people that understand and just show that all the people that do care and all the people that do support us.
The Duvall family is also making strides with state senators to bring more PANDAS resources to families. They tell me they're using the entire month of May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, to share their story and uplift those struggling with their mental health. Reporting here in the studio, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
Yeah, that's a heartwarming mission. Thank you so much, Emma. When we return, Panhandle Patrol. What firefighters are watching for tonight as a major wildfire could spread even further. Stick with us.
In kind of 2 rounds to tonight's severe weather scenario, we do have a stronger line of storms starting to move through central Nebraska. Just got warned for 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So we're going to continue to get you the latest on tonight's setup as well as what's to come the next couple of days here in a few minutes.
Every play, every highlight, KOKN brings
New details on the fire burning through a national forest in western Nebraska. Firefighters able to keep the flames at bay, and the inferno in Ash Pole is now at 59% contained. But there's another concern for crews tonight, with officials saying lightning from all the storms could cause problems in the Panhandle. Here's the kind of scenes that the firefighters are dealing with right now just south of Chadron. The flames stretching to more than 1,000 acres. But the good news, crews able to knock down some of the worst of it overnight. And we did just get an update about an hour ago. They're able to downgrade this response for now. Even though they've made some good progress, though, they'll be on high alert tonight with all the stormy weather. The ground and trees out there have been extra dry. A bolt of lightning can spark up yet another blaze. Now, meanwhile, firefighters are learning some of the best ways to stop these wildfires right now. Here's a glimpse into what's called Fire School in Grand Island. The Nebraska State Volunteer Firefighters Association is teaching teamwork and strategies to people today. Definitely some useful skills. with all of the wildfire activity we've had so far this year. Developing now, information slowly coming to light in the deadly explosion in Maine. Tonight, shocking aerial footage showing the charred remains of this silo at a lumber mill. A firefighter is dead and several people in critical condition as authorities launch an investigation into what happened. ABC's Michelle Franzen reports.
There's been a huge explosion. The silo just exploded. Multiple firefighters injured and burning. We need more help here now, immediately.
This morning, authorities are looking into what caused an explosion and fire at a lumber mill in Searsmont, Maine, about 90 miles northeast of Portland. The fire broke out just after 10 a.m. Friday. The roof of a large building collapsed.
Need to treat this as a mass casualty incident.
Firefighters could be seen pouring water on the smoldering wreckage. At least 3 fire trucks were destroyed.
I walked up to this very chaotic scene initially, and not because of the efforts of the first responders, but because of the magnitude of the fire.
The lumber company was founded in the late 1800s. A spokesperson for the family that owns the sawmill says it will not operate for the rest of the week.
Hugely devastating day for the family. We feel for the first responders, the family, the employees.
The fire marshal's office says the focus is on the families of the injured. Michelle Franzen, ABC News, New York.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
All right, busy couple of hours here in the Weather Center, and we're still going to try and then keep track of a whole lot of storms out here. I got my handy dandy papers ready to go. Let's take a look at a few of the active warnings we got. Here's kind of stage 2 of our severe weather threat tonight, but wanted to start with this one first. Just got then alert from the National Weather Service here. This is listed as a destructive storm here for Axel, Hildreth, Minden, and Norman, Nebraska. This line of storms here stretching just the south of Kearney down towards south central Nebraska, and then ultimately moving close to Hastings here. This warning goes into place until 10:45 p.m. this evening. And again, as those cities I just mentioned, 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts. We did get a report to the east and northeast of Holdridge, Nebraska, of an 82-mile-per-hour wind gust with this segment. So we expect this then to continue to move off here to the east over the next couple of hours, and this could make its way here towards the capital city, Beatrice, the Omaha Metro, as we go forward. So this is still far from over. That's what we've seen so far was kind of part 1. This here is part 2 of that. And then I wanted to bring our attention here to one of many severe thunderstorm warnings as well, close to the capital city here. I know there's a lot of boxes kind of blending in with everything, but this one here for Butler, Jefferson, Saline, and Seward counties until 11 p.m. So just off here to our east of the capital city. This is warned for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So starting to see some stronger winds as the cold air from all of these storms kind of pools together, hits the ground, and spreads out. We do then see some stronger winds out of that too. And with so many storms in the area, that's something to keep an eye on. Also, north here of Beatrice, that's a flash flood warning. It goes until early Sunday morning. So these areas that have seen so many rounds of rainfall over and over again are going to continue to see these storms then continue. So also taking a step back here, a couple more warnings to talk about here just to the north of Hebron. It's for Clay, Fillmore, Nuckolls County. That goes until about 10:30. So, you know, anywhere between quarter to ping pong ball sized hail, 60, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible in these storms. It all kind of becomes kind of a gross, jumbled mess here going forward. But here's a look at those storm reports across the state. So many hail reports, especially around the Tri-Cities area. A few damage reports as well. I know we've seen reports of power lines down in Kearney. A lot of stuff going on here. Also a storm that went just to the west of the capital city, and at one point a reported tornado just to the east of Beatrice. It was a brief, narrow tornado, eventually lifted off the ground, but we did have a report there. I wanted to take a closer look. There's that wind report for Holdridge, Nebraska, 82 miles an hour. So that certainly capable of causing some damage. That's stronger than hurricane force winds, which is right around the mid 70s there. So certainly something to consider, though. It's definitely going to be an evolving situation. As we mentioned, that severe thunderstorm watch has been allowed to expire for central and western Nebraska, but still have that one here in central and southeastern Nebraska until 1 a.m. here on Monday morning. That line of storms we talked about is going to continue to move off then to the east as we go forward. Here's a look then at the potential for severe weather as we go into Sunday. We do have then that enhanced Level 3 out of 5 risk. Numerous severe storms a possibility here for both Grand Island, Columbus, North Platte, the McCook area, O'Neill up towards Sioux City as well. Again, all severe hazards once again on the table here for Sunday afternoon and into Sunday evening. We'll have that specific storm timing for everybody here in just a little bit. Lincoln under a slight level 2 out of 5 risk. That means we could see a few scattered severe storms as we go throughout your Sunday as well. Then for Monday, still looking at the possibility of severe weather, though certainly a larger drop off here for central and western portions of the state. Lincoln, though, in that enhanced level 3 out of 5 risk of severe weather for your Monday. So this is a multi-day setup that we're going to continue to keep an eye on, as what we see on one day kind of depends on what happens on the day before. And it's an evolving situation, Mackenzie. So it's something we'll continue to monitor all throughout the weekend here on the air, on our Now Oakland News app, on the website, of course. And we're going to keep an eye on things going forward. But we'll go ahead and send things back over to you. We'll have a look at that storm timing as we go then through your Sunday and hopefully then into Monday here in a few minutes.
All right, a lot going on for you today, Dom. We all appreciate you keeping everybody safe while all these storms have been rolling through. Thank you so much. Now, when it's safe in your area tonight, please send in any videos of the storm that you capture as it goes through your area. You can see in this video sent to our Now Local News app by citizen journalist Kevin tonight, the lightning and rainfall really coming down here in Lincoln. If you have any damage in your area also, please take a video and send it in. When we return, home run feeling, what the Husker softball and baseball teams are feeling after their own exciting wins in tonight's games. That's right here on Channel 8. Stick with us.
When I decided to redo my garage floor, I called the Garage Floor Company in Lincoln, and it made a huge difference. They use high-quality materials that protect the floor from cracks, stains, and everyday wear. Now it looks clean, bright, and totally refreshed. It's super easy to keep clean, and I know it's going to last for years. Whether it's for your home or business, they do solid, professional work. Call the Garage Floor Company today for your free estimate. You'll be glad you did.
And then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra, with the capability to handle what life throws your way. That's the GMC Sierra, leading where it matters most. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. During GMC Truck Month, get 2.9% APR for 72 months on 2026 Sierra 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments until after Labor Day.
Visit these Central Nebraska GMC dealers.
Every machine has a story. Years of early mornings, long harvests, hard work that built something lasting. When it's time to sell, the first step is knowing what it's worth. We'll help you start with free equipment valuations and walk through the best way to maximize the value of your equipment. Auction Time. Local expertise, worldwide buyers.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. I was able to avoid chemo and radiation. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Greens Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Jake Homan. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome into your Saturday Night Sports Zone, a career day for senior Jordy Fromm in the circle. Nebraska's moving one step closer in the NCAA tournament, but this was truly a grind-out type of win by Nebraska. Let's head to Bowling to see how this one fared. Grand Canyon, a really tough team, 53 wins this season, and through the first 4 innings of play, a combined 2 hits in large part because of number 98 Jordy Fromm. A career day in the circle, 16 strikeouts on 86 pitches, but something just had to give, and that came in the 5th inning. Hannah Core, a triple to right, would bring in the first run of the day for the Big Red. They would add one more to that in that same inning. She was fired up, as she should be, and that's all the Big Red would need. Nebraska hangs on for a tough 2-0 victory over the Antelopes.
We were coming out full barrel. It just took us a little while to score. But how about this one? She was coming out full barrel too.
Not gonna lie, it's been a little hot the last couple days, but what that has done has forced me even more to just be more focused and more present, and that has helped a lot. And it's everything you can dream of and more. It's an amazing environment, and it doesn't feel real. So we just want to keep it going as long as we can.
And look, the way this team has played the last 2 games, well, they have a pretty good chance at keeping it going for as long as they can, but they still got some more work to do. Grand Canyon outlasted South Dakota over tonight in extras, so the Cornhuskers will square off against the Antelopes once again. First pitch set for 2 p.m. tomorrow. Let's talk some Nebraska baseball, though, officially rounding out their regular season and ending the year breaking out the brooms. And the brooms weren't the only ones being broke out. So were those bats. Nebraska striking early and fast. Mac Moore, the 2-run bomb in the second, helping the Huskers take a 4-0 lead. Nebraska had 9 extra base hits in this one, 4 of them good for long balls. It was just runs galore today for Nebraska, but also Minnesota too. Red Sox, the sole shot here, adding more to it as the Cornhuskers roll to a dominating series sweep over Minnesota. Your final score, Nebraska 14-11. What a finish to the regular season. A final record of 41-14, finishing second in the Big Ten Conference, and they'll have their first Big Ten Tournament Conference game beginning next Friday. Let's talk some high school baseball. The first round of the state Class B tournament. Let's head to Omaha to Al Anderson Field. A 7-seed Seward Blue Jays taking on Elkhorn North. The Jays in some trouble early, bases loaded jam. The ground of the third here, bobbles it, but still comes away with a big time out there to end the inning. It was a pitcher's duel early on. Senior Tyler Hammond gets the Wolves down, though swinging scoreless through 3, but the Jays would get the shutout 5-0. Elkhorn North advances now over to Warner Park. The 8-seed Lincoln Pius Thunderbolts looking to shock the #1 overall team, Scott, and they were in control early. 2-2 ball game. In the 4th, though, 3 straight singles would get the Bolts a great opportunity. Bases loaded. Lucas Newton, the dribbler in the infield, forcing the Skyhawks to take the out at first. So in comes a run. The Bolts back in front. Caleb Davis dealing in this one, but check out this play here. Scott, base hit to right field, except Lucas Newton says no thanks. He'll come away with that one with the diving grab. Although Thunderbolts upset, falls just short as Scott comes away with a 4-3 victory. And a couple other scores from today. Lincoln Standing Bear taking on Platte Valley. They fall 8-7 in 9 innings. That one went the distance. But in Class C, Lincoln Lutheran, your Warriors are moving on, defeating Roncalli Catholic 5-3. And that will wrap up a busy day in sports. So I'll go ahead and send it back over to you, Mackenzie.
All right, thanks, Jake. Stick with us. We'll be right back after the break with a final check of your weather.